Today we're going to be following Brax on his journey of Cypher on the map Haven. This guy is absolutely insane, and you guys have been requesting him in the comment section down below, which we obviously do read. So yeah, we're going to be VOD analyzing his gameplay and to see what he does to have become one of the most dominant Valorant players up until this point. So yeah, if you're excited for this gameplay and just like Cypher or the map Haven in general, like the video and subscribe to help our channel grow as we're posting daily, if not twice a day. So yeah, stay tuned, and now let's get into the content. Alright, so getting into it, he's going to be holding Garage for every single round, and personally, I also played Cypher on this map recently, and I genuinely felt like C is the best place for Cypher to actually hold. The traps are very convenient in this location, as you put down one on C and you have the camera, as you can see he has right now, right? The camera in the back of C and a trap, and you don't even have to hold it. This basically frees up an entire part of the map for your team to just ignore and allows you to stay a lot more central to round B, which he's going to be abusing throughout this entire replay analysis. And yeah, this round is literally jam-packed with information, so buckle down and let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to see is that they make a call out for the breach to flash through the doors here, right? So this is Garage. He's going to wait for the flash, come out, and get a kill right off the bat. And this is really important. Communication in this game is far more important than it was in CSGO. Not that it wasn't in CSGO, but it is definitely much more important. So as we're going to see, he's going to wait for the flash, peek the door, flash comes out, peeks, free kill. Moving back around here, we see some great play, and if he doesn't make all these decisions in conjunction, I actually think it's 100% that he dies. Also, we're going to be talking about crosshair placement. So the first thing that he does is he baits his camera. So whenever you take out your camera, it becomes visible to your opponent. Now, using this information, what he does is he peeks basically once the opponent sees the camera, because what does that mean? Their crosshair is not going to be on you, it's not going to be holding the peek, it's going to be on the camera. So what he tries to do is holds out the camera, baits it, and then immediately when he sees the player trying to shoot it out, he goes for an angle. Doesn't end up getting the kill, but I thought that was a very important Cypher tip. Moving on here, they end up pushing through C, and what I love is that he didn't push forward, right? So as you saw there, and we have to pause here, someone came through his trap, right? Now, a lot of people's instinct when someone comes through their trap is to immediately push forward and get the kill. It seems pretty standard. But what he does is he understands that because one person ran through the trap and they're at a numbers disadvantage, him holding the angle and going for a trade, which is most likely what it would be, is extremely disadvantageous. So what he does is he backs up to the back of the wall of the Garage and then holds a wide angle. I want you to pay attention to where his crosshair is here. It's not directly against the wall, right? It's a little bit out. And I wish a lot more players would do this, especially when you're on defense and you know the enemy team is going for a fast push. It is unlikely that they're going to go for a direct peek around the wall. They're most likely going to explode out. And because of this, he gets a couple of headshots. I mean, also it's got aim, but right, never actually holding the direct peek, always going for these little swings where he sprints out from the wall, gets 2 headshots, and basically salvages the round for his team as they're eventually able to clutch up. Alright, upcoming here we have a hilarious round because he's actually going to bump into someone in a smoke and doesn't even realize. But getting on once again, trap and camera on C. I just think you should do this basically every round, and then he's going to once again look for the Garage push. The reason why I like the Garage push, he sees that the Sora arrow comes out from mid, and basically this insinuates that the enemy team is likely to be pushing B. And if you catch them off guard, you're guaranteed to get a couple kills. Now in this case, he ends up bumping into someone who does smoke here, and obviously the enemy team assumed that the person pushing through Garage would prevent them from getting flanked. But because neither of them realized that they bumped into each other, he's able to get around, and with this Phantom Silencer, the player from the Garage doesn't turn around, he gets a double kill, essentially ending the round right there. And yeah, so I'd keep that in mind. I really like the Phantom when you're going on flanks for that main reason. It's much harder for the enemy team to react to the Phantom when you're flanking through Garage, especially if you're playing a hero like Cypher that generally relies on being a bit sneaky, as he has a great advantage within the vision game. Alright, upcoming here we're going to see a different variant of what actually happens. So he puts down a camera on C, but he immediately notices that they're hard pushing through. Now, of course, when they're hard pushing through, you can't actually run back to the Garage. That's just not gonna work. You're going to die. So what does he do instead? Well, he pushes up against this left wall and immediately throws down his Cypher traps. These are very important because you can easily peek through them due to the fact that it slows enemies and doesn't slow you. So as you're gonna see, throws down the trap, immediately activates it, creating a massive wall that he can actually peek through, and he does peek through. He doesn't just act like it's some smoke, he acts like it's an aggressive smoke, a little bit different. And once again, he's gonna do it here as he knows they're pushing through for sure. A Sage wall comes out and he's gonna hold the angle, but realizes that there's a bit of a gap between this wall and the Sage wall, which he's able to pinch through and gets this god angle between his opponents, completely destroying them on the flank there. And just once again, another great angle. And I really think Brax is so good at timing his pushes, and a lot of this comes down to his patience and holding of perfect angles. And yeah, that's gonna lead to a flawless round for the defenders. They are now 12-6. The enemy team is competent players, by the way. They were playing against the likes of Kefri and Ninja, so this is obviously no joke game that they're playing against. This is not just a pub where no one knows what they're doing. These strategies work against even the best of players. Alright, so now the round is 12-6, and I think he actually makes a pretty cool adjustment that a lot of players wouldn't even consider. Now, it doesn't end up working out, but I want to talk about a couple of factors of why this happens and things you can think about. So he's going to be pushing through C here, right? They haven't been pushing on defense at all, so he's going to use the camera to sort of bait it out a little bit and puts down the trap to act as if he's not doing this. However, he's going to immediately push through with his knife, trying not to give audio, but unfortunately he ends up getting pushed by Ninja's shotgun here. Now, there's a couple things I want to consider. Number one, I actually like this play. When your team is doing well on defense and just has been holding angles, I think if you occasionally, like 5 or 6 or maybe even 7 rounds in, go for a random push through kind of a bizarre site, it can catch the enemy team off guard, get you a god flank, and a couple of easy kills. On the contrary though, I want to look at it from Ninja's perspective when he actually pushed Brax there. So he came through with the shotgun, and the reason why I like this play from Ninja on the contrary, and I know this isn't necessarily a Cypher tip, but what I like about this is that he understands is that the Cypher is likely to be solo holding C, so it might seem like an insane play from Ninja, running up an alleyway, right, where there's a million lines of sight coming out from C to kill Ninja if he pushes through like that. However, because he understands and assumes that Brax is solo C, he's able to push through and get the kill pretty easily, end up, securing them the round essentially. It wasn't free from that point, but they managed to push through C very quickly. As you can see, they overwhelm Hiko on the site, and this ends up winning them the round, not the game. The game does end 13-7, but yeah, let's get into the last round now. And now finally here, we're once again to see the Brax classic. Now, there's only 50 seconds left on the clock here, just to be clear, so this isn't just, randomly, he's just pushing through at the beginning of the round, because that's a bit dangerous from Garage. If you're gonna push through Garage, as I mentioned earlier, try to make it a little bit slow. Don't do it immediately. He waits for some vision from B. He does understand that B is getting smoked off, and they're likely pushing through there, so he walks through, not sprinting, not trying to catch them off guard, walks through, gets a good angle here, right? The run it back from Phoenix gets picked off, gets a double, immediate double headshot. I mean, some of this is just incredible accuracy, which is very difficult to teach. He's always practicing in lobbies before his matches. I watch him warming up as well. Obviously, that's going to help you guys out too. But for the most part, that's just such a good late flank coming out from B, and I recommend you do that whenever you're defending on Haven. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching this Cypher guide on defense. I mean, I'm going to be doing all of these characters likely on offense and maybe others on defense as well in the future. So if you guys want to see more videos covering defense or, slow pushes like I've been covering today, let me know in the comment section down below, as well as liking and subscribing to stick around. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, learn some things or different strategies you're now going to test out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.